What's up, guys, gals, and other pals, and welcome to a very basic walkthrough of how to import files working with the Tentacle system. So that's Tentacle Syncs, and that is Tentacle Tracks. So we are here right now in one of my most recent, or literally my most recent project here, a wedding that I shot. There's a whole bunch of different interviews and stuff like that that I was already playing around with, but the main thing we're interested in is what I filmed yesterday, which is in the wedding folder. I have just imported the files to my computer. I have done nothing else, and now we're here in Resolve, sort of moving it over into the timeline. So the reason you're using Timecode is to have all of your files synced, and for all of the audio files that are recording in on the Tentacle tracks, those already have Timecode embedded, and for my two C70s, those also are able to have the Timecode embedded directly from the Tentacle Syncs. So you'll see Timecode all the way through, but for the R6 and the R7, they have to get timecode through the audio jack, the 3.5 millimeter. So we will deal with that when we get to it. But very first thing is to just import the files. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and import the folders and the subfolders into our media pool. We also want to create bins. So now, if we hop on over to the edit, now we have all of this. And again, this is all the stuff from before. So we are just looking at our wedding folder. And now that same folder that we had there is now imported. And now we can do stuff with it. So for example, the R6 right here, now that we have all our files imported, we can now update the timecode from the audio track. So if you watch here, 1742 is about to become 1736, which should now be in sync with all the rest of the devices because all those were synced through the app at the time of recording. Now we're just going to do the same thing with the R7. Hop on in. We're going to go ahead and update the timecode from the audio track. And just so you can see, 1830 and 2005 becomes 1829 and 2004. So I did, I think I had them synced up to like the computer time beforehand, which is why they were so close. But even if they're completely off, having it in the audio track is going to do that. And of course, for anyone who hasn't edited with these before, be prepared because the left audio track is just going to be a bunch of beeps. So I would not recommend just jumping right in and starting editing without first realizing that, because you might spook yourself. So then we are here. C70 is all set. C70B is all set. And of course, all of our audio files. I ran with 10 audio devices and 4 cameras for this one. And now what we can do is begin sort of the import process. So when we go, if we were to just grab all of these and say create new multicam clip using the selected bins, this would create a new multicam clip. You know what? I'm going to walk you through the process because this is what I've done multiple times. Let's see, test, bad. If we literally don't change any settings and we just go to import, I have no idea what we're going to get. Oh, we also put all the original clips into the original clips bin, which I don't personally like. But if we open that up in the timeline, oh, let's see. It's taking a little while. Come on. Oh, Resolve is figuring itself out because this is a lot of information. But now timeline is open on the other side. And let's take a peek at our beautiful work. It's... Is there even anything in here? Literally nothing got imported from what I can tell. It gave us all the different angles, but I don't see any files whatsoever in here. This has happened a few times to me, and I had to look up a tutorial, which is why I'm doing this one. So if we hop on back over to the files, and I'm just going to undo and probably freeze up Resolve again. So we'll give that a minute to figure itself out. Basically, we need to input some metadata and then change some of the settings on that creation tool there for the multicam clip. So the one thing I will say about the Tentacle system that's not my favorite, but also I don't know what the solution would be. Okay, let's see, undo that and undo that. Cool, we're back to the starting thing. Is that within audio, if we sort of hop into here, we have all of our metadata over here, but there's nothing unique to each individual device. I kind of wish there was. I'm sure there is a reason why there isn't, but I do kind of wish there was. So to add that in, what we need to do is, when we have this selected, click this drop-down menu here and go to Shot and Scene. Once we're in here, now there's a few different ways to do it. I personally like using the camera number for this. So I have this listed as my B cam. So we're going to say audio B. or AB. You can use sort of whatever your own naming conventions are. I'm sure there are standard ones. I am not familiar with them. So now we have this file as AB, but the rest of them aren't. So we'll just grab all of them, make all of them AB, hit save, and now that is listed as that. So, but we don't really want to do that for all of it. Let's see. So we'll come through here. We'll say this is A3, and then we go back to wedding, audio, Sean. This one is going to be A9. And feel free to skip ahead because I'm just going to be doing this for a little while. We've got this one. This is going to be AA. We've got, let's see, audio, Kyle. This one's going to be A1. Amanda. This one's going to be A5. Audio, let's see. Matthew. This one is going to be A2. And Marissa. This one's going to be, let's see, are these all from the... Okay, so number one, I think I imported a couple of wrong files here. Let's see. Yeah, this is from the previous day, so we're going to go ahead and take those out of the media pool. But then for this one, we're going to do A8. This is the bride's audio, actually. And then we've got just two more. Victoria. We've got A4. And then last but not least for the audio files, we have the officiant. And that is going to be A7. So with that, now all of our audio files have that camera number enabled. So what is the reason why we're doing that? It's that when we go in here to create a new multicam clip, now we can say detect clips from the same camera based on metadata camera number, which is what we just used. Now you can also use angle, you can also use real number, real name, roll card, but camera number is the one that I use because it's the most intuitive to me. And then we can also change from organized by sequential to metadata from the camera and into timecode. But we still have to do it for the other cameras, unfortunately. So we come over here to C70A. This is going to be our A camera. We hop on over here to, too far. Let's see, Sean. And, what did we do there? What did I goof? Oh, nope, we're back here. Okay. Hop on over to our B camera. Save there. Hop on over to our C camera. C. And then hop on over to our D camera and make that camera D. And now just to run through to make sure we got it. Camera A is camera A. Camera B is camera B. And I'm just Control A, selecting all the files in here to change them all at the same time. Camera B is camera B. Camera C is camera C. And camera D is camera D. Of course, audio files as well. Just double checking that. We've got audio 3. We've got, let's see, random other one, just making sure. Audio 2. We should be all good now. So now, fingers crossed, if I did everything right, we're about to import all of this into a single timeline. This is somewhere near half a terabyte worth of files, so it might take a half second like it did before, but we're gonna go create a multicam clip. We can name it whatever we want. This one, I'm pretty confident, so we're going to say full wedding day timeline. Frame rate's 23.96. Angle sync based on timecode. That is what we are going for. Angle name, we're going to do it metadata camera. So hopefully that basically will just add a title to the side for what it is. You can also go based on clip name, but we're going to try that out. Then we're going to detect clips from the same camera and grab that based on the camera number, which is what we just added in with our A cam, B cam, C cam, D cam, and then A1 through A9, and then AB, all that jazz. Again, there's probably a better system, but naming conventions wise. But here we are. The one thing, I don't want to move source clips to an original clips bin. You can if you want to. I don't. So without further ado, I'm going to click this button and freeze my computer for a second. And okay, actually, so it creates the timeline, and then we go to open it. Oh my gosh, sorry, it didn't even freeze up. Let's get back here. And we've got, I think, the entire day here. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. Except, oh, nope, there's our other cameras. Yep. Now, is there a way to drag these around? I don't know. I have more stuff to learn in Resolve, but very basically now, we've got all 4 cameras and all like 11 audio tracks, because we have the tracks from the videos themselves. This is the R6, the R7 down here, and then that is the B cam, and then up here is our A cam. Yeah, everything is here. So now that we have everything in our multicam clip here, apologize for the audio. Now that we have it here, what we can do is get the heck out of the multicam clip, because there are a million different weird rules that apply just to multicam clips and not to a normal timeline. So if we go ahead and add, let's see, no, we jump back over here and we want to add a new timeline, and we're going to say full wedding day timeline, and I use different capitals. We'll just say new. And then if we hop into here, go ahead and open that up in the timeline, hop back over here, and paste everything in. And now we've got the full thing. So for example, in the multicam clip, if it's a like mono audio, it'll only ever be on the left side. I think if you export it, maybe it fixes itself. There's all sorts of weird stuff. Long story short, I would recommend getting out of the multicam clip setup ASAP, unless there's specific things that you need to do in there. But so we are now here. Let's go ahead and grab this shot as they're going through. I'm going to go ahead and mute most of the audio. The only audio I'm going to keep is the grooms here. Let's see, we're going to mute them, nope, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. We're going to keep the brides. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Kyle's the best man. Kyle's getting muted. Sorry, Kyle. Marissa and Sean are staying unmuted. You're getting muted. You're getting muted. And there should be, let's see, I think it's number 7 is the officiant, unless I am mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, that should be it. So the 3 of them are in. We're going to mute literally everybody else, and then we're going to roll it through. So now we should have full audio from all 3 sources.
You've both found your true love and are making a sacred commitment to each other in front of all the people who love you.
A little bit quiet. We're going to go ahead and bring up the officiant's voice.
When I look at this beautiful, beaming bride standing before me and think about the young
There's a little bit of a weird ring to it, so we're going to go ahead and throw in some voice isolation.
woman you've become, I can't help but feel pride and think of the road we've all been blessed to be on with you.
That's pretty dang solid. Now, if it's like, oh, I don't want this angle anymore, let's see how it looks from the other angle. Okay, that's decent. Sort of a nice wide from the right. Then we've got the hand.
Some from the very beginning, others who've joined along the way or are just joining today.
As the uncle stares. Oh, never mind. He's talking.
As your 2 lives unite.
And last but not least, if we hop over here, we've got our
I can't help
shot
but
here. And now it's like, hey, you know what? That shot could use a little bit of color grading. And now you're into the edit, baby. But you have the entire thing laid out in front of you. Let's jump to literally a random scene here. We're okay. Little interview with the groomsman. Sort of just walked up to me and started talking. So now, same exact thing. We're gonna go ahead and unmute. This is Kyle. We're gonna unmute Kyle, remute everybody else, then just hop back to Kyle and change his mono to stereo. There's definitely a way to do this on import, so you don't have to do it manually with each file. But here we are. Kyle's probably going to be a little quiet, so we're just going to bring it up, just visually seeing where the waveforms are. And now Kyle walks up to the camera.
I can't even talk to him. We're less than 10 minutes away from going in there. Right now, the feelings right now are surreal. I can't even like explain what I'm feeling right now. It's just like, this is nuts.
Boom, baby! And we got it. I hope I didn't clip my mic there. But, yeah. Now, we have literally the entire day here. All right, so here we are outside now, and we've got an interview with one of the bridesmaids. So, pardon me as we throw on just some quick color grading. Boom. And, oh, actually, that should be warmed up a little because we came from the inside. Beautiful. And, you know, we're going to bring... Yeah, we'll oversaturate it a little. Bring out some of the greens. And then hop back to our edit. Hop into video. Just sort of zoom that in so we get the crop that we want and pop that up. We're also a little bit crooked, so we'll try to recenter it there without stressing too much. And now we hop down here. We've got what? Victoria is no longer in the scene. Who is in this scene? Amanda is in this scene. So, I mean, you wouldn't just mute and unmute the audio tracks. You would mute and unmute individual ones, which you can do by hitting D on your keyboard. Hugely helpful. Didn't know that for the longest time. So literally, like, we're like, okay, we want just this section, mute everything else, and we have just this section with Amanda. All right, so here we are. We've got another scene. We're going into let's see, I think we're going into an elevator here as the groom and his whole posse is headed towards the ceremony site. So we're going to hop in again, do a very basic, just throw on the LUT, and then actually we're going to desaturate a little bit because we're indoors. And color temperature is good enough. And from here, we say, okay, who's in the scene? We've got everybody muted. So we're just going to unmute. Let's see, I believe... Who is in here? Sean should be in here. Kyle's not. Mac is in here. And Lish is in here. So now, if we go to each of those, we just got to make sure that those are, in fact, stereo, so it doesn't sound weird. Oh, and then we accidentally jumped to the wrong spot. And then, oh, yep, I knew there was one more. So now Mac's up to stereo. They're all at a pretty decent volume to sort of start off, so we're just going to tweak that a little bit. We're going to make the groom a little bit louder than everybody else. And now we just let the scene play out.
We're leaving now? Okay. Come on, guys.
Gasp.
Everybody's
Gasp.
coming in a
Panic.
goddamn car.
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know what I need.
I have no clue.
Steps and hit the open button again. We used to do that when we were kids.
bye.
We always leave people in the
Is this the one?
Yes.
We're not the United States Marines. We will
I'm
leave the man
crying.
behind.
So, where do we go?
To my car.
Is that policy?
To your car?
Yeah,
And then we gotta drive over to the thing?
Boom. Nailed it. So here we are. And now we've got the entire freaking scene. Now, I will say, it seems like I goofed a couple of the Tentacle tracks. Because, for example, Amanda's audio track seems to be off. But, again, here we are. We've got Kyle coming up wanting to do another interview. Beautiful. So we just mute the other tracks. Kyle's coming up just talking directly to camera. He was my star throughout the whole day.
We're about, I don't know, 30 minutes away from going to do photos. Am I a little scared? I am. But it's okay. Calm.
And boom, baby. There we got it. So as long as there's not user error on your end, you've got the entire day. And honestly, I think Amanda's is the only audio track that's off. And that just means that I have to manually go in and figure out where it's supposed to be synced. And I should be able to make that happen. There should be a way for me to change like the metadata as well to track that. Tentacle has a couple tools for that. But yeah, like to have the entire day built out instantly, this is insane. I don't need to be syncing audio or anything else like that. Like, I see these three people are dancing, I unmute their microphones, boom, like we have a scene. So yeah, this is Timecode in Resolve. In like, what, 15 minutes? We got the entirety of a like 12-hour shoot with 10 audio tracks, 4 video tracks, all brought into Resolve and synced up, ready to begin the edit. So now I don't have an excuse. I gotta get back to work. I gotta get these people the raw footage. I gotta get them the like 60-second teaser trailer, and then I gotta buckle down for like 3 to 6 months of building this whole thing out. So wish me luck there. And if you want to follow along on the journey, honestly, don't want to sound like a YouTuber, but hit that subscribe button, because in the next like few months, there's gonna be some really cool stuff. Like truly work that I'm incredibly proud of. The interviews that we did, the even just the shooting on the wedding day, this is going to be something special.
Why'd you want to marry Marissa?
Why did I want to marry her?
Yeah.
Because nobody ever made me feel the way she did. At least not to the level that I feel. She's proved herself time and time again that she loves me. I'm gonna turn away the best love I've had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.